home for the Bobcats. KFJB-TV, streaming all year on YouTube. Today's game on KFJB-TV is sponsored by First Rate Real Estate, Atland Engraving and Screen Print Company, Assured Partners, Brown's Shoefit, Central State Bank, your Marshalltown Dairy Queens, Eye Care Associates, Hy-Vee Marshalltown, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, Marshalltown School District, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Sandvik Enterprises, Scooters, Marshalltown, Sports Plus, State Farm, Tyler Pashong Agency, Wayward Social, Wells Fargo Advisors, Members First Community Credit Union, Van Wyck Wood Builders.
Welcome to the Marshalltown Roundhouse. It is the Highway 30 rivalry here tonight. Brandon Lewis, Dylan Dose alongside me tonight as the Little Cyclones got the best of the Marshalltown Bobcat boys about a month ago.
Yeah.
And it was a 2-point game. Bobcats came down to the wire. Time ran out on them.
Yeah.
Since then, it's been a little bit up and down for the Bobcats, but a really good win on Friday night against Waterloo East on the road. How do they carry that momentum in here tonight?
I really think it's coming in the play you saw from number 3, Drake Gersma. I thought he scored the ball well, but the fact he was able to break down Waterloo East defense to also create for other people was a big deal. And also their ability to flush bad games. That Fort Dodge game may cost them late. You know, if you look at conference and stuff, that kind of went out the window losing there. But Coach said they practice hard every single time. They flushed it. And what we know, especially with those younger players, the roundhouse adds a little bit of extra oomph to this Bobcat team.
Meanwhile, for the Ames Little Cyclones, they're 4-1 in their last 5 games. Their only loss in that stretch to a number 1 ranked
Yeah.
Cedar Falls squad by 20 points in that game. Plus, last 2 games, they have not played without one of their big men who had 8 rebounds and 3 blocks against the Cats in Mirage Dow. How does that kind of change the game here tonight?
Well, that's where they had a big asset is if you're able to get into the lane on the offensive end, if you're the Cyclones, Dow, you just throw the ball up, the kid can finish. He doesn't have much else for an offensive game, but he's long. On the defensive end, even if you get beat on the perimeter, Dow's there to block shots. He can do about anything. So the big thing in there, you feel like maybe the Cats breathe a little bit more.
Maybe drive in a little bit more, too.
A little bit more, yeah. And then you see what Gersma did driving in. Jacob Hayes struggled in that Roosevelt game with a 6'9" length in there. You remove that out, maybe it's a more confident Jacob Hayes around the post. I think it really takes some of the mystique away from that Cyclones interior defense.
It's a 3-point game in the girls' game. Coming up, our bonus coverage right around the corner when we come back here on KFJB-TV.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you know you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
Back inside the Marshalltown Roundhouse on KFJB-TV. Brandon Lewis with you, Dylan Doze alongside me. As, we are in the Roundhouse for matchup number 2. Ames Little Cyclones dominated the Bobcat ladies at Harrison Barnes Gymnasium in Court. I know you were not there for that one, Dylan, but that was a game where the Bobcat ladies turned it over a ton. I believe it was 30-plus times in that game. But they were also without some of their key contributors that night. They were asking others to come off the bench. Much healthier here tonight and much better showing. Down right now 17-14 here in the third quarter.
Yeah, they're healthier in parts. They don't have Amara Johnson or Morgan Hildebrand still out. But Kira Halstead, along with Mallory Myron, have played their role really well tonight. And then having Millie Heitman in this matchup is a big one. Georgia Jansen's been very good. And another jump ball, really specifically the defense around the paint. Multiple blocks, 3 jump ball calls just in this third quarter. The Cats, the length advantage has been a huge asset.
Bobcats with the basketball after that jump ball Dylan alluded to, and they'll inbound it as Millie Heitman will work it up to Kira Halstead. The other thing about Kira Halstead as well as Mallory Myron, who have both played in this game, is Kira Halstead has that one kind of sail past her, and it's out on Ames, so it'll be Bobcat basketball. They've got a month of games in. You know what I mean? And so that experience, plus Kendall Brummel, who just started back up. It was only, I believe, her second game of the season, and she has a full month of games under her belt now. She has definitely looked more comfortable over the last couple of weeks compared to the first couple of weeks of January, and we see a blocking foul here on the Bobcats. I believe it's going to be on Kinsley Bowie, and that'll be the 5th team foul, so it should be 2 free throws coming up for the Ames Little Cyclones. I believe it was Victoria Williams who was fouled, so she'll go to the free throw line. And no, it will not be Victoria Williams. Kylie Sodal is going to head to the free throw line for the Ames Little Cyclones. But anyway, all that experience has made a difference. You can tell some of those players like Mallory Myron, the game not working so quickly like it was earlier this year.
And she made a nice steal right before the first half, and really they don't look like their hair's on fire every time that they're out there. But as you see, a couple from the smooth lefty, Kylie Sodal, moves this lead up to 9. But something we've had to say too much of as the Cats turn it over. That's one thing we've had to say too much of. Yeah. The other is Frankie Long is on the bench in foul trouble. She's got 4 on the night.
Yeah, that was Singh who came away with the turnover. Now she's at the top of the key. She'll pass it to Williams near side wing. Skip pass to the far side over to Eliza Britton, and she'll knock down the 3. 22-14 with 2:23 to go in the third quarter of play. Georgia Jansen on the Bobcats script, trying to step through, gets it to Millie Heitman. Now to Mallory Myron, who charges in on the left side. Will stop, turn around, gets it to Heitman. Now to Brummel, loads up for a three. Right wing skims off the front of the iron. Williams gets the basketball and a fast break going the other way. Brummel steps in her way, and it's a charge as she runs over Brummel and back the other way as Brummel gets up, all fired up, yelling back at Victoria Williams. Bobcat basketball as Williams picks up the foul. That is her third of the night. So Bobcats in a real struggle offensively. I believe they've only scored a couple buckets here or one bucket here in the second half, and so now throw it away. Millie Heitman has looked off all night with her passing here tonight, and so unfortunately a turnover on the Bobcats. But great defensive play right there by Brummel as we take a look at that Tyler Pashung State Farm replay.
She sprinted to get back in position, and Williams just dropped the shoulder.
Breton inside, driving from left to the right side of the hoop, can't finish. And an defensive rebound for the Bobcats, but they throw it right back to Britton, who drives in, fakes, and off the glass for two.
And this is where Millie's been forced into that point guard role because of Mara Johnson out, where Millie's more of a creator in the half court, and you can tell she's just really struggling taking the lion's share of the ball handling.
Jansen hands off to Heitman, drives to the right side, off the glass, good for two, and an and one. As Heitman will go to the free throw line as Millie Heitman on the night picks up her first bucket.
And thinking of an old comp for Millie Heitman is more of that Scottie Pippen. She can really create well in the half court, but you look more of her offensively in that half court than having to pick it up full court.
Can't get the free throw to go. Outlet far side. Deerdorf brings it up. Williams now cuts in the paint. Floater comes up short. Tips it out. And the Bobcats have it stolen away. Not able to gather it back in. Williams kept it alive. Kira Holstead did not fully control it. And Ames will keep it in their black tops and bottoms with the orange highlights on the side of the uniforms. Bobcats in their all white here at home. Williams would try another floater inside. Way too hard off the glass, as that is a rebound by Kendall Brummel, who kind of got pushed underneath the hoop, and Ames will get away with it, and they'll get the basketball back as Meredith Franzen was guarding her.
It looked like Kendall was trying to hunt a call.
Yeah, she kind of fell off balance on her own.
And it looked like she wanted to be bailed out, but again, we have 3 timeouts. That's a perfect time. You're saving a possession.
Williams near side corner opens up for the three off the front of the iron, no good. Mallory Myron didn't quite box out in time, and it will be Ames basketball, and a timeout is going to be called. We'll take one with them. 31 seconds to go. Third quarter, 24-16. Ames leads Marshalltown in the Highway 30 rivalry.
In Iowa, we are fortunate to have a lot of opportunities to get involved in at our schools.
Athletics and activities have so many positive effects. From learning how to build relationships and healthy lifestyles,
and gain self-esteem and confidence.
Make participation a priority. You and your school will benefit.
Welcome back to the Marshalltown Roundhouse. Brandon Lewis, Dylan Does alongside me, our on-site producer, David Braga, back at the radio studios using AI to enhance photos all the time. Jeff Brooks and Elijah Bond and Keith Stewart on camera coverage on site. Great to have you along for the Highway 30 rivalry here tonight. Bobcat ladies trying to stop an 8-game losing streak to the Ames Little Cyclones as Heitman will turn over the Little Cyclones in the backcourt. They throw it up to Jansen far side. Bounce pass way too far in front of Kendall Brummel, and a turnover on the Bobcats with 6 seconds to go in the third quarter.
And that would have been a big bucket, putting it down 6, but we were putting ourselves in and trying impossible passes instead of just executing right in front of us.
At the buzzer, a fire from the far side corner. Three is good by Natalia Singh. The sophomore guard knocks it down 27-16. It's an 11-point game as we head to the fourth on KFJB-TV.
when you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you know, you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
Super Tuesday in the Roundhouse. Time to get a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Dylan, what do you got out there?
Nevada girls travel to Perry. They're up 39-30 in the third. Applington Parkersburg up 10 on Webster City in the third. We have Des Moines Christian all over Van Meter by 24. That's just going into the second half. ADM beats Indianola. That's a 12-11 matchup, 56-26. And Carlisle, number 5, over number 8 North Polk, 46-33.
Up on the Marshalltown High B scoreboard, Ames 27-16, an 11-point lead as they begin the fourth quarter with the basketball. Britton, right wing, drops it in, down to the right block. They'll go to work. Oh, a good block by Georgia Jansen. She was guarding on Singh, and the Bobcats fumbling the basketball around. Kira Halstead ends up getting it. Up to Kinsley Bowie, right wing, charges in, has it knocked out of bounds by Williams on the baseline. It will stay with the Cats.
And this is where the Cats, as you see that, the 3 ball right before the quarter, we talked about that turnover. That impossible pass went from allowing us a chance at 2 or 3 and gave up 3. So a huge turnaround at the end of the third.
Kendall Brummel will try her luck. A near side corner 3 is good as it hits the left side of the iron, hangs on and rolls in. And a big 3 right there. Brummel gets the Cats back within 8.
And that's the big difference between the last time this team played Ames is Kendall Brummel has just become more and more confident in her 3 ball. Hit quite a few last week en route to being the player of the week.
Tip ball in the paint, and Millie Heitman comes away with it as she'll feed it out to Georgia Jansen. Yeah, Kendall Brummel just, starting to really figure it out here. She came from Baxter, and she even mentioned to me, and she will be our Cat Connection coming up here before the boys' game. And she tries another 3, pops in and out from the left wing, no good. That it took it a little bit of an adjustment period for her moving up to Class 5A here in girls basketball. Britton cuts down the left side of the paint. Floater's good. Ames with an answer right there. 29-19.
And that was just a good balance play. Not trying to get all the way to the rim, but able to get that floater up.
Cats got 1 second to get it over, and they will not. A backcourt violation on the Bobcats, their second of the quarter.
And this is, I'm a firm believer. All right, you are limited to 2 timeouts, but when you're down 10 and you've got a loss of a possession in front of you, I think from the coach, from the bench, you've got to call a timeout there. You can't just allow a turnover.
3, right wing, squared up. It's knocked down by Sophia Hatcher, the senior guard. 32-19.
Because if you don't squash runs like that, you then get a 13-point lead, and those timeouts don't matter in the end.
And the Bobcats turn it over again in the backcourt, and this pressure has really not rattled the Cats for a good chunk of this game. But here late in the third quarter and to begin the fourth quarter, it definitely has, and they are taking advantage. Thatcher near side corner, thought about the 3. She throws it away going inside, but they rotate the basketball through. Far side corner, no good 3 by Bivens. Brummel with the rebound, and timeout as she was getting trapped in the corner, dribbling out of the pressure. And head coach Brian Murphy had seen enough. We'll take a timeout with him. 5:36, fourth quarter on KFJB-TV.
In Iowa, we are fortunate to have a lot of opportunities to get involved in at our schools.
Athletics and activities have so many positive effects, from learning how to build relationships and healthy lifestyles,
And gain self-esteem and confidence.
Make participation a priority. You and your school will benefit.
It is a 13-point game in the Highway 30 rivalry. Brian Murphy wanted a timeout there for the Cats, who are 10-7 heading into this matchup here tonight with the Little Cyclones. And 8-8 are the Little Cyclones on the season. But, of course, earlier this season, they dominated the Bobcats and have won 8 in a row. Cats lost 58-22 back on January 8th. And Cats are 2-3 in their last 5 games. It's been a little bit of a tough road to hoe as of late, especially the month of January with injuries and different things of that nature, sickness even going through the program.
Yeah, you had that big win against Mason City. They did well late against Fort Dodge to get the win there. Grinnell was maybe the worst game they've played all year, and a loss over there.
They lost to Waterloo East on Friday night, but gave great effort as Heitman is stripped on her way into the paint. Go the other way.
Yeah, Waterloo East was just, once Georgia Jansen and Frankie fouled out, there just wasn't enough horses in the stall to win that one.
And Heitman with another turnover. Her passes have just not been clutch here tonight, as plenty of turnovers here in the second half of action. A wide open 3 for Williams left wing is no good, and Kendall Brummel with the rebound. She is fouled, and that will put the ball on the baseline. That'll be the second team foul on Ames here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Millie has really struggled with that passing piece but you've got to be able to cut diagonally on those zone presses to give open passing lanes.
Bowie with the backdoor cuts to Morgan Hildebrand. It's picked off.
Mallory Myron, excuse me, yeah. But that's also where Mallory's done a nice job defensively. But if you're Kinsley Bowie, you also have to understand Mallory's not been that offensive threat off the cut. So just pull that back out. Give yourself a full offensive set instead of putting her in the position where she has to finish in traffic.
Approaching the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Crunch time here for the Cats. Williams drives in. Floater's good. And that's not going to help matters. Down by 15 with 4:09 to go, fourth quarter. And Heitman throws another pick. And inside they'll go. They throw back to Williams underneath the hoop. Reverse layup is no good. Heitman got the rebound. Outlet to Bowie. Bobcats a 2-on-1. Bowie will attack the rim. Goes up, and she hits the deck. Foul called underneath the hoop. That'll be on Britton. And she will pick up her first foul of the night as she has 9 points to lead the Little Cyclones.
Kinsley Bowie's had a really nice night up in Waterloo East. Has had a good offensive night here tonight, leading the Cats in scoring with 8.
So they say it was on the trailer in Parker Bivens, and so it's not on Britton. It is on Bivens, her second of the night. And the first free throw by Kinsley Bowie is no good. We'll hold tight at a 15-point game.
She's 0 for her last 3, has not been able to knock them down from the line.
Yeah, coming in only 6 of 16 at the free throw line, and does get the second one to go. 14-point lead for Ames. Under 4 minutes. Britton, far side wing, drives into the paint. Oh, Frankie Long, block shot going the other way. Outlet to Bowie. Bowie will push it up. No numbers. Stops at the free throw line. Kicks out to Jansen, far side corner. Baseline drive, and a blocking foul will be called on Ames.
And Georgia on that, if you're going to go baseline, if you go with intention to look to create or angle her body because she's nice and long to be able to put it up off the glass, great. If you go there just to dribble there, you're going to get lost, and she got bailed out.
Cassidy Woolner picks up the foul. Bowie open for a 3, thought about it, did not take it. Over to Jansen, right wing, she'll pass it. Drops it into Heitman now, free throw line. Has it tipped away. She was trying to pass it. Goes into the rack. Can't finish off the glass. Long rebound inside. Putback will come late. The foul was on the floor. Frankie Long is fouled. That is the 4th Ames foul here in the fourth quarter.
And
so one more, and the Bobcats are shooting free throws.
And that's happened very quickly,
yep.
And really puts the Cats in a good position. If they're going to come back, they now have the opportunity. Any whistle, they're shooting free throws.
Bowie, baseline right side, inbounds. They'll drop it into Heitman from Brummel. Brummel gets the basketball back on the right wing. Back to Heitman, near side corner. Hesitates, drives, puts it up off the backboard. A blocking foul. That will send Heitman to the free throw line for 2, with the clock stopped at 3:10 in the fourth quarter, trailing by 14.
What the girls are doing really well right now is they're attacking the rim. Force the refs to blow a whistle.
Yep.
If there's contact, you're forcing them to call it.
Heitman at the stripe will knock down the first free throw coming in on the night. 47% at the free throw stripe. She'll spin that basketball, and the second free throw is up and rattles in and out. No good.
Good job by Frankie. Not try to go over the back to get that rebound.
Ames will bring it up court, and a timeout will be called. 3:04 remains in the fourth quarter in the Highway 30 rivalry. Cats trailing by 13.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you know you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
And Coach Brian Murphy in the huddle with his team with 3:04 to go. Ellie Heitman just went 1 of 2 at the free throw line and cut it down to a 13-point game. Ames with the basketball called the timeout.
I would say Cole Cook has not seemed overly impressed with the referee tonight. So I think some of it is just to settle his team down as they had gotten called for a few fouls in a row.
Britton up high with the basketball, almost has it knocked away. And she'll drive down the left side of the paint, kicks it out to reverse it. And now find Britton back in the near side corner. Picked up by Brummel. A cutter from the left wing. Frankie Long blocks the shot inside of Natalia Deerdorf. And Jansen with the loose basketball. Up to Bowie in the front courts. Finds Frankie Long. Flips it back behind her. Now to Heitman, far side corner. Extra pass to Jansen. Jansen over to Brummel, right wing. Loads up. It's going to be short on the three.
Georgia Jansen's got to shoot that basketball or make a better pass that puts it in the shooting pocket.
Little hesitation move. Frankie Long flies by, almost blocks the shot of Hatcher, but Ames comes away with a loose basketball. Near side corner to Woolner. Woolner underneath the hoop, gives late, and a block shot. Frankie Long with another as Heitman comes up with the loose basketball. And we have a little Cyclone down on the deck. I believe that is Deerdorf. And she has to be helped up by her teammates, and the basketball is going the other way.
And you can just see Frankie Long on the court. There is nothing happening in the lane. She gets every rebound, block every shot.
Frankie Long will post up, gets a bad entry from Jansen, picks up the basketball, fights through, and a foul down on the floor. And it's going to be a charge, and that's number 5 on Frankie Long. She is done for the night. She was just trying to bowl her way through two Ames Little Cyclones.
Yeah, it happened when she tried to split it. Instead of just stepping through, she swung that elbow to almost
put her
like
shoulders down a little bit too.
Almost open up, the windows that have the paint dried on them. You get the crowbar trying to open them up. That's exactly how she used her elbow.
Heitman with a steal on Britton in the front court. She'll take it one-on-one. Stops, pops off the glass. Good for 2. 34-23, 9-point game with 1:35 to go in the fourth quarter. You're watching bonus coverage of girls basketball on News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and watching here on KFJB-TV.
In Iowa, we are fortunate to have a lot of opportunities to get involved in at our schools.
Athletics and activities have so many positive effects, from learning how to build relationships and healthy lifestyles,
And gain self-esteem and confidence.
Make participation a priority. You and your school will benefit.
Welcome back inside the Marshalltown Roundhouse. Bobcats and Ames Little Cyclones with 95 seconds to go. And Ames Little Cyclones leading the conference here at a mark of 6-0 on the season. And they just have one more remaining against Waterloo East, so this was a pivotal game in the conference. Waterloo East is 4-2 in the conference. Marshalltown is 4-3. And Bobcats needed a win here tonight, but things looking a little bit bleak. Down by 9 with 1:35 to go. And Bobcats are going to show some press here in the backcourt.
Yeah, trying to get a steal. They've done a nice job. Really been difficult for Ames to score when Frankie Long was out there without, and it's Kendall Brummel definitely forearm shove to the back.
Yeah.
I will say you need somebody like Kennedy that is
Kendall?
Kendall, that's right, not Kennedy. Like Kendall, that is just kind of a pit bull. Will fight you.
Oh, Heitman with a great block inside as she was guarding Deerdorf. Ames comes away with the basketball. Now drive inside the paint. Heitman with another block on the drive, and Mallory Myron comes away with the rebound and a reach-in foul, and that's going to put Mallory Myron at the free throw line as Cassidy Woolner committed the foul, and that'll be her 4th foul of the night. It's actually on Victoria Williams.
Mallory Myron, she is not one that really changes her disposition at all. I don't know if I've ever heard her yell or anything like that. She's just calm, cool, collected.
And she'll rattle in the first free throw. 10-point game after the last little Cyclone bucket. And now down to a 9-point game with 1:16. Couple of big free throws right there, but Ames beats the press. They'll take it in all the way. Layup is good.
Yeah, that's where Kinsley did a decent job, because you have to make sure if you're going to foul that you get a play on the ball. Otherwise, that's an easy flagrant call.
Yep. And Heitman with another bad turnover. Unfortunately, it's been that kind of night for her. Leading the points as she throws it back to this little Cyclones, as they now lead it by 11, 36-25 with 47 seconds to go, and a foul on high by the Bobcats, as that will be their 3rd team foul, so they'll have to commit 2 more fouls to put Ames at the line to extend this game out. And as soon as Victoria Williams catches it in the backcourt, Kendall Brummel will commit the foul. That'll be the 4th on the Cats.
Kendall also she has a pretty decent basketball IQ and always 100%.
Victoria Williams near the midcourt line. She'll be fouled by Brummel. And that'll be team foul number 5, as that will put Victoria Williams at the line. That'll be number 4 on number 4 for the Bobcats. Kira Halstead will replace Kendall Brummel with 40 seconds to go.
Nice thing is, barring a miracle, we will start earlier than we did Friday night up at Waterloo East.
Much earlier. Much earlier. About an hour early.
Yeah.
Williams knocks down the free throw here. Both of them extends the lead 38-25. Heitman into the front court, up to the left wing. She'll drive. Swings it to Bowie, cuts at the free throw line, tries to go up for the layup. She has it knocked away. It's going the other way. Victoria Williams will speed past the Cats into the front court, and she's going to dribble out the final seconds here.
And that's one where you see, like, if an Amara Johnson was out there, that would have been a fun 94 feet conversation to just see how Amara Johnson, she loves to defend.
Well, much
that
better.
Would have been helpful.
Yeah, for sure. Much better effort here tonight for the Cats. They do fall, but unlike last time, things tight for much of this game. 38-25, the final score, as the Ames Little Cyclones win it here tonight inside the Roundhouse. It improved to 9-8 on the season. Cats dropped to 10-8 on the year. It's now time to get you ready for Bobcat boys basketball right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV. And into the front court with 5 seconds. Finds Jacob Hayes for the 3. Yeah! At the buzzer it goes! E-House flips it underhand to Kyle Smith. Wide open splash! Knocks it down near side. Here goes Hayes down the right side of the paint. Count the bucket! Yeah! Now to Gersma, top the key as he had nothing going. Gersma inside! Scores the bucket! it away, did gather it in. He now drives to the free throw line. Turnaround jumper. Boom! Wow, what a start. Welcome into the Roundhouse, the Highway 30 rivalry. The last time these two teams met, January 8th, it was a 2-point game. And the Bobcats looking for a little payback here tonight. It'll be the number 1 defense in 5A in Ames, and 6th ranked coming into this game. The 3rd ranked defense in Class 4A, the Marshalltown Bobcats. As you take a look at head coach Mike Apple heading onto the floor here tonight, a pivotal game in the Iowa Lions Conference. Bobcats coming off a win against Waterloo East Friday night. We talked a little bit about how pivotal it is, kind of riding in that momentum, and you're at home against your biggest rival.
And, of course, Cats have played much better here at home. Really, the only outlier on that was late in a Des Moines East game, and then you look at Roosevelt there in that 3rd quarter, they really struggled. But you look at this team, it reminds me a lot of, you look at a handful of years ago, is Ames came in 5th ranked, coming into the Roundhouse, Taman Lipsey on one side. You look at Armani Thomas on the other. Big game. Armani Thomas went off. Cats beat Ames by 10. Last time we beat them was in that matchup here in 2022. What I see here tonight is you gave the Cats hope about a month ago. They went into Ames, they struggled offensively, but they didn't quit. And it really came down to the free throw line. Cats went 4 of 8. Ames goes 6 of 7, but they held Ames to under 40% shooting. They did everything you need them to do. They just weren't able to put enough offense on the board to win one in Ames.
And we're seeing the Marshalltown Bobcats getting warmed up to take on the 6th-ranked Little Cyclones coming up in a little bit. Our Cat Connection is on the way next. All brought to you by Tyler Prashong, State Farm, mtownproud.com, and our pregame chat with head coach Mike Apple. You're listening to News Talk 1230 AM 93.9 FM and watching on KFJB-TV.
Scooter's Coffee is going bananas, literally. Treat yourself to banana bread hot or iced lattes, creamy latte blenders, and fresh banana bread muffins. Need something refreshing? Sip a berry spritz soda, light, bubbly, and perfect any time of day. Craving cozy? Try salted caramel waffle lattes, hot or iced, or a smooth sea salt caramelicious as a latte, cold brew, or blender. And don't forget the French toasty sandwich, warm, sweet, and satisfying. Plus, Cinnalicious drinks are here for a limited time. Scooter's Coffee, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is powered by Lennox Employees Credit Union, LennoxECU.com, Marshalltown Area Chamber, meetinmarshalltown.com, Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction, and the Marshalltown School District. Embrace the lead. The Cat Connection, powered by State Farm, mtownproud.com.
It is our Cat Connection, all brought to you by Tyler Prashong, State Farm, mtownproud.com. It is Kendall Brummel for the Marshalltown Bobcat girls basketball team. Kendall, you came in from Baxter a year ago, so tell me about your experience coming in here to Marshalltown School District and getting familiar with all your teammates.
Yeah, I feel like I was a little scared at first, but everyone's been pretty welcoming and made the transition really easy. And I feel like I'm kind of an outgoing person, so it was kind of easy to make connections.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. I grew up in a military home myself, so we moved around a lot, and I changed different schools. So, it can be kind of hard to adjust. What has been the best part about adjusting to a new school? Has there been a friend on the team that you've made, or maybe you've really just enjoyed a certain aspect of Bobcat athletics?
Yeah, I feel like just the whole team in general. At my old school, like, sports were kind of iffy. Like, teams didn't really get along, but I feel like here everybody just is like friends with everybody, and it's really nice.
Yeah, that is good to hear. All right, so we've seen you out there this year with some of those 3 balls that you have made, and you got a little bit of that pit bull in you out there on the floor. What would you say to somebody if they asked you what kind of style of basketball that Kendall Brummel plays?
I would say I would just play by like what's going on in my mind. Like I don't really think about what I'm doing before I do it. Like sometimes I would watch film and like I was like, oh right, but like a lot of times it works for me, and yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I know that, when you start playing varsity and stuff, things can kind of speed up. So is that kind of what you're talking about? Is kind of maybe taking a deep breath, slowing down, letting the game kind of come to you a little bit more?
Yeah, I do feel like I just get, like, when thoughts go faster in my head, then I just want to go faster. But I definitely do need to slow down, yeah.
I hear you. Doing play-by-play is kind of the same thing. You got to take a deep breath every now and then slow down. All right, so we've seen you on the basketball floor. I believe you played volleyball, softball as well. What else are you doing outside of some of those other sports?
Track, and then I'm also part of Student Senate and FCCLA.
Okay, so you're keeping busy, right?
Yeah.
All right. In your experience with this team as you travel, what's the funnest part about traveling with this team on the road?
I would say the travel suits. Everybody else hates them, and it's so funny. Like, everybody else just hates them, but I love them.
Well, that's good. That's good. Maybe not the look for everybody, but you enjoy it, so that is good. Hey, best of luck rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, give it up. That is Kendall Brummel here with our Cat Connection. Again, all brought to you by Tyler Prashong State Farm, mtownproud.com.
From the 2018 tornado to the 2020 derecho, Marshalltown has faced adversity, but our community has become stronger and M-Town proud. At Tyler Prashong State Farm Agency in Marshalltown, we have options for home, auto, life, and business. Our goal is to give you choices that impact in a positive way. As we have found out firsthand, life is never predictable, but you should always be prepared. Head to mtownproud.com to see how we can best fit your needs. We'd love to talk to you about what makes you M-Town proud.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Back in on the countdown to tip-off, it is the Little Cyclones and Bobcats coming up in just a little bit. Now joined by head coach Mike Apple for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Coach, you head in a rematch from earlier this year in January. A really tight contest between two top-level defenses here tonight. What kind of effort is it going to take again to get over the hump this time against the Little Cyclones?
Well, really same effort as last time plus more. I mean, obviously they're going to be ready for a few things that we did last time, so got to be a lot better defensively and bring that same effort and rebound like we did last time and kind of control what we did last time as far as just not letting them get out in transition, not letting them get a lot of easy baskets, and we rebounded the ball really, really well.
Mirach Dow stands at 6'8". He's a senior. He had 8 rebounds and 3 block shots. He's not going to play tonight. He's been out of their lineup past couple of games. Does that change anything here tonight, or are they still a very lanky team? How does that kind of impact the game?
I mean, obviously it does when you got a player like that. I mean, he's got the ability to really affect a lot of things on the defensive end and get a lot of rebounds. And we did a really good job against him when we played him there. He didn't really have a huge impact offensively. But I mean, they got 2 other bigs. I mean, they got another 6'9" guy, and then their stronger guy, 44, that comes in is just as much as a weapon to score it than him. So. Obviously there's still a lot of firepower there, and we got to be ready for those guys that are playing.
So bad loss against Fort Dodge. You correct that and respond in a big way against Waterloo East. How do you ride that momentum into tonight?
I think just kind of take away what we did really, really well at Waterloo East. I thought our effort was there. I thought, we didn't ever let the game get away from us. We had some really good response there early in that game. Moved the ball really well, executed really, really well, and defended and understood kind of what we needed to take away from Waterloo East. So obviously we got to do that again tonight against the really, really good Ames team. And, ultimately play hard, share the ball, execute offensively, and kind of see where that takes us.
Much like special teams in football, it's kind of the hidden thing. I feel like free throws are the hidden things in games like these. Will Thomas went 4-4 down the line, sealed that game. On Friday night, 8 of 8 at the free throw line for Jacob Hayes. He sealed that game for you. Is that what this kind of game comes down to in your mind?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, we have to be aggressive to the rim. I thought we did a nice job there, even getting to the rim. We just forgot we had 2 6'9" guys, or they had 2 6'9" guys at times, and they were blocking everything. So we need to understand that we got to get in there and play off 2 feet and shot fake. A lot of those times those guys come in and help, and that's the guy that's actually going to be open is the guy that's trying to block it. And that helps side defense. Now you got to dump off to a guy that's open or an open shot, from the perimeter. So just understanding to really go in and play off 2 feet, shot fake, and see what you got. Obviously get to the foul line if they jump and get a foul, or it's going to create opportunities for other guys to score it.
Talked to Kyle Smith. He didn't need to be told that nothing better would be to take down the little Cyclones here tonight. I know he's fired up. He's only 77 points away from getting to 1,000 points in his career. What kind of night do you hope him to have on his senior night last time taking on Ames in the regular season?
Well, we got to make some shots, obviously. I mean, this is the number one team defense in the state for a reason. They're not going to give you a lot of easy looks off of sets that you run. They're going to know. They're going to be really well prepared. They're going to know, what we're running. So a lot of times if it's not there, we got to learn to play out of it. Take our time. There's nothing wrong with shooting at 5 to 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Be aggressive to the rim, and get good shots that way.
Good luck tonight.
Yep, thank you.
All right, it is the Highway 30 rivalry coming up. Little Cyclones and Bobcats. We'll get the starting 5 for each squad when we come back right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
The countdown to tip-off continues between the Little Cyclones and the Bobcats. Let's get to tonight's starting lineups. All brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you while we deliver you the starting lineup. First up for the 6th-ranked Little Cyclones out of the Iowa Alliance North, the Conference of Champions matchup here tonight. They are 6-0 in conference play, 14-2 overall behind 22nd-year headman Vance Downs. What were you doing in 04, Dylan?
I was at the University of Iowa, just being 23. It's what I was being. So probably really smart.
Yeah, I talked to Vance Downs before the game. He told me Marshalltown will not play here tonight. He's been out their last 2 games as well. The 6'8 senior averaging 9.5 points per game, 7.5 rebounds per game. He is out tonight. So this is how the starting 5 will go. It'll be number 10, Quach. He is averaging 4.3 points per game, 1 rebound, 6'3 senior guard. Number 22, Will Thomas, 13.7 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for the 5'11 senior guard. Number 34, Max Sutton, 6 points per game, 2 rebounds per game for the 6'3 senior forward. Number 44, Brandon Johnson, who I believe is going to go play at, is it UNI?
I believe so.
I believe he's going to play football at UNI, averaging 8.4 points per game, 6.5 rebounds per game for the 6'3 senior forward. And number 52, DJ Bajik, will round out the lineup, averaging 4.5 points per game and 5 rebounds per game for the 6'9 senior forward. For the Marshalltown Bobcats, 10-6 coming in. They're 5-2 in the Iowa Alliance North behind 8th-year head coach Mike Apple, who, yes, played against Vance Downs when he was the head coach.
And on the team, the last team to beat Harrison Barnes and McDermott's team.
Yep. Number 1, Jamison Niehaus will get the start tonight for the 3rd best defense in the state of Iowa. Niehaus averaging 3 points per game and 3 rebounds per game for the 6'1 junior guard. Number 3, Drake Gersma, 10.5 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, 4 assists per game for the 6'2 junior point guard. Number 10, Kyle Smith, averaging nearly 15 points per game and 9 rebounds per game, a 6'3 senior guard. He has 238 points this year. He has 923 in his career as a Bobcat. He's 77 away from 1,000 as he is 7th currently in Bobcat scoring. Number 24, Damian Segovia, the freshman, will get the go tonight, averaging 5.7 points per game And rounding out the starting five for head coach Mike Apple, it's number 30, Jacob Hayes, a 6'2 senior guard, averaging 13 points per game, 4 rebounds, and shooting at 80% from the free throw stripe. That is our starting lineups. Again, all brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. When we come back, it's tip-off between the Cats and the Little Cyclones in the Highway 30 rivalry on KFJB-TV.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
The following is a presentation of Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV.
A 9-game winning streak for the Ames Little Cyclones. They're 6th ranked in Class 4A. It's the Highway 30 rivalries. The Bobcats look for payback, a 37-35 loss on the road at Ames January 8th. Let's get to tonight's keys to the game, all presented by First Rate Real Estate, FirstRateTeam.com. Dylan?
For the Bobcats, this is a perfect Gersma game. What do I mean by that? Drake Gersma has the ability to break down defenses, get into the lane. I'm not saying Drake doesn't necessarily need to lead us in scoring, but by being able to break down that Ames defense, he can kick to shooters. Ames does not allow a lot of clean shots out of offensive half-court sets. And that's what you look at. Kyle Smith shooting 50% from three this year. In his career against Ames, he is shooting 20% from three. Tonight, if Drake can break it down, score for himself, but also find shooters in Jacob Hayes and in Kyle Smith, that would be a huge boon to their chances. From the flip side, you look at the Cyclones. Don the chauffeur cap. It's all about the drive. If you can eliminate the drive of Drake Gersma, you make the Marshalltown offense very stuck. But if you can get to the hoop, if you're Ames, even with Dow out, you still have another 6'9" guy. You can break down that defense, and that's when lobs become very dangerous because that's how they can score around the rim. And on the flip side, if you can't stop the drive by the Cats, you've got 6'9" back there that can take it away.
That is our keys to the game, all presented by First Rate Real Estate, FirstRateTeam.com. 8 minutes on the clock in the opening quarter of play. All black uniforms for Ames on the road. Orange numbers. Bobcats at all white tops and bottoms. Blue numbers outlined in red. At midcourt, it'll be DJ Bajik to jump for the Ames Little Cyclones. Imagining it will be number 30, Jacob Hayes, to jump and square off with him at midcourt.
You might get, Niehaus. Sometimes Niehaus, he can be a little bouncy, or you'll see a Drake Gersma, but yeah. It is going to be Jamison Niehaus.
All right, so Niehaus will jump at midcourt. Officials ready to go. We're ready to go. He's Dylan Does. I'm Brandon Lewis. Great to have you along tonight inside the Roundhouse. Ames Bajik will win the opening tip as it goes to Will Thomas in the backcourt. They'll drive left to right on your radio dial and your TV screen. Thomas down to the right block underneath the hoop, flips it late. It's to Bajik. Now a backdoor cut. Inside, a leaner is good for Max Sutton. He'll open up the scoring for Ames on the road here tonight. And the first offensive possession for the Bobcats. Drake Gersma will bring it into the front court and dribble to the right wing. Drops it in, backdoor cut. Hayes faked it, blocked it from behind. Did DJ Bajik. We're going the other way.
And that's nice if you can just throw that one up left-handed and just mess with the shot blocker.
Bajik will shoot over top. Jacob Hayes, it's strong off the back of the iron, no good. Outlet to Drake Gersma. Over the midcourt stripe. Over the left wing. Kyle Smith cutting down the left side of the paint. Did not get it. Segovia, right wing. 3. Catch and shoot. Rattles it home. The freshman knocks it down. He's been struggling lately, but not right there. Getting off to a hot start at home.
The roundhouse, it's worth about 10% of shooting. Right on that, and you see the freshman with full confidence.
And the big man goes over top. Jamison Niehaus. Brandon Johnson.
And I'll tell you, I know Bajik's 6'9", but Johnson's actually the one that I worry about in the post just because
so physical.
He is thick. He is a strong dude.
He plays it like he does at defensive end.
That's right.
Gersma at the free throw line. Stops, picks up his dribble out to Hayes, right wing. Looking inside, nothing there. Flips it back to Gersma. Niehaus off the screen at the top. Extra pass over to Hayes. His 3, no good. Gersma underneath the hoop. Putback was no good. Max Sutton kind of tipped it away from him, and we're going the other way. Dylan wanted a foul, but none called. Brandon Johnson, top of the key, goes to work against Niehaus. Oh, he swatted the shot, but they say that Niehaus caught Johnson on the right arm, and it is 2 free throws for Brandon Johnson at the free throw line, and so far this year, a 53% free throw shooter.
Yeah, right now the physicality belongs to Ames, but I have loved the offensive sets for the Cats.
Front of the iron, Johnson will hit it, and it rolls in. 5-3 Ames. Johnson with 3 out of the 5 Ames points after knocking down the first free throw. We're stopped at 6:06 in the opening quarter to play. Johnson rolls the ball around and shoots it and makes both free throws.
Yeah, that physicality, just the strength. Jamison Niehaus is going to have to match that.
Hayes down to the right block, got the feed from Gersma. Picks up his dribble, flips it back to Gersma on the right wing. Little crossover move against Thomas, spins, floats, and it's good for Gersma. The drive in the heart of the paint. 5 for the Cats, down by 1 in the roundhouse. 6-5 our count.
That's where he's special.
Johnson went against Segovia. Late dish to DJ Bajik, and he'll drop it in from a few feet out in front of the hoop. 8-5 Ames.
You didn't touch him until he was 5 feet away from the hoop, and that's just easy pitch and catch right there.
Segovia nearly trapped in the far side corner, dribbles out of the pressure. Bumped up top by Sutton. Gives it to Gersma, free throw line. Guarded by Thomas, stops, and gives it to Hayes as he picked up his dribble. Gives it back to Gersma. Gersma takes a 3, straight on, boom, dead center. It's Gersma. He's got 5 in the night. 8-5 Cats, 8-7. Did they rule that a 2?
That
should have been a 3. So 8-8 is our count.
Should be 8-8.
Bobcats get a miss. Not trying to talk ill of anybody, but this is not the place to trust the scoreboard in the house.
No, it is 8-8.
Gersma out high. Over to Kyle Smith, right wing.
And we haven't had good luck anywhere.
No, we have not. Gersma takes a pull-up J from the free throw line, an air ball out of bounds. It'll be Ames basketball. Brandon Johnson
they said
will
it was
inbound.
a 3 by Drake Gersma. Because Coach Apple was just talking to the ref, and it was clearly a 3.
So we'll try to see if we can get that sorted out here. 4:20 to go in the opening quarter of play. Sutton, right wing, steps in and now passes to the far side, near side corner. Now they reverse it to the left wing to Johnson. Over to Will Thomas. He'll take the 3 straight on, and it is a flat shot, but it's a good shot for Will Thomas. 3 from the far side. 11-7 is our count here in the opening quarter of play.
Yeah, the basket's going in a little bit more frequently than you would expect from a matchup of 2 really good defenses here tonight.
Niehaus. Pass over to the far side corner to Segovia. Floater as he works into the right block is good for the freshman. He's got 5 tonight, and it is 11-9.
And that has been really, really good as you look at Damian. That floater just has not been there for him for about 2 months, and he made a really impressive drive.
Johnson drives into the paint, kicks out to Sutton. He'll now drive from the right wing down to the right block, puts a floater up, and it is good on the right side as Max Sutton has 4 on the night. 13-9 Ames with 3:15 opening quarter.
And you've got to meet Sutton way outside of the block. He got his shoulders squared and did a really good job of finishing strong off 2 feet.
Hayes right wing over to Segovia, now to Niehaus left wing. Off a screen by Segovia. Niehaus loses the basketball, gathers it back. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gives it off to Gersma. Drives down to the right block. Stops. Turnaround. Finds Segovia. Fakes the three. Johnson goes flying. Now to Gersma. Gersma drives baseline. Shot clock running out at the buzzer. Hayes. Three is flat. Hits the iron. And Bajic comes away with the rebound. Outlet to the far side. Just checking into the game on the drive is Quach. And his drive, he will be fouled. I thought that was Moses Luth for a second who checked in, but he has not checked in, but it was Quach. As here's Gersma's three. He did step on the line, but he stepped back, so it should have been a three from straight on for Drake Gersma as we take a look at that Tyler Prashong State Farm replay.
That's
Quach with the first free throw. Rolls in off the front of the iron, 14-9. Cats trailing to Ames by 5 with 2:39 to go in this opening frame of action inside the Roundhouse on the Highway 30 rivalry. Quach, a 69% free throw shooter on the season. And he'll rattle home the second free throw. 6-point lead. And Bobcat basketball out of the made free throw.
And you see that replay, but that's just 1 point. Cats have got to continue to fight, as Talon Halstead will probably be the main guy, if not the only guy off the bench here tonight. He's got to give quality minutes.
He does check in. Probably not going to see Gavin Mishek tonight. Kyle Smith drives into the left block, loses the basketball. Kicks out to Talon Halstead. Flips it over to Segovia, far side corner. He'll drive, picks up his dribble, back to Talon Halstead, who'll get it to Hayes at the top of the key. Gersma's called for the basketball on the left side of the paint. He works his way out of the play. Flip over to Kyle Smith. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Got to get a shot off. It's off the front of the iron by Kyle Smith, but before the shot came, Kyle Smith was late on the shot, so a shot clock violation. Turnover Bobcats with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
And that's a bit on Jacob Hayes. Kyle Smith against Ames has never traditionally been able to shake him on that. You've got to get it late in the shot clock to Drake Gersma and allow him to be your creator.
Will Thomas brings the basketball into the front court on the left wing. Kind of tripped as he worked his way into the paint, got the basketball away. Brandon Johnson, Talon Halstead pokes it away from behind. It goes right to Drake Gersma, who goes 1-on-2, spin move and a travel. Tried to go reverse layup underneath the hoop, but he did travel on the left block, and it's a turnover with 1:38 to go in the first quarter.
That was a great job. I believe that was Will Thomas. He just kind of pulled the chair out, waiting for the spin. And Drake, as the chair got pulled out, just stumbled a bit and got called for the travel.
15-9 our count. Ames leading, and a couple substitutions here. DJ Bajic is back into the game. He'll replace Messiah Jonas, the junior, in for a hot second. He's out. Thomas will bring it over the 10-second line. Drake Gersma guarding on him here tonight. Going to fight through a screen by Bajic. He rolls with it, nothing there. Hayes switches back, guarding Bajic. Bajic right at the free throw line, gets it, works inside to the left side of the hoop, right past Jacob Hayes for two.
Jacob's going to have to do a lot more work, a lot further away from the basket, or that's going to be an all-day 20-point night for Bajic.
8-point lead, 1:05 first quarter. Johnson almost steals the basketball. They got it to Talon Halstead. Hits the deck. He does come up with the steal. Here goes Ben Weiss all the way inside. Gersma blocks his shot on the way up. Kyle Smith will speed back into the front courts. Gets it back to Gersma. The Bobcats will set up the offense. Student section going crazy after that block shot by Drake Gersma. He'll control it on the right wing. Kyle Smith trying to fight off his defender in Ben Weiss. Now Jacob Hayes saves the basketball from going out of bounds, and no, he stepped on the far sideline. He got an off-kilter pass as we take a look at that Tyler Prashong State Farm replay with Drake Gersma with a block shot. But good defense here early on, but the Bobcat offense just can't find a bucket right now.
Yeah, and you can tell that Drake Gersma's pretty frustrated with Kyle Smith. They went back a little bit. Kyle's just a non-factor on offense.
He has had a man in his face early on here tonight. Little Cyclones will play for the final shot of the first quarter. 6 seconds on the game clock. Thomas drives into the paint. Floater put up. It's no good. Kyle Smith with the rebound, and that's how we will end the opening quarter of play. Ames, 6th ranked in 4A, leads 17-9 at the end of one on KFJB-TV.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown. With their extensive inventory, you're sure to make a winning selection when you shop McGregor's for your bedroom, living room, and dining room furnishings. McGregor's has the right play for every room in your home. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is proud to be your locally owned and operated furniture store since 1896 and very proud to support Bobcat Athletics again this season. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, open 7 days a week.
I'm Drake Grisma, and you're watching KFJB-TV.
Talking to him anyway.
Welcome back to the Marshalltown Roundhouse. Brandon Lewis, Dylan Does alongside me as the Highway 30 rivalry here tonight. 17-9. Ames is leading it heading to the second quarter. Let's get a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you.
Shout out to Jeff Brooks. Thank you so much, Jeff. And now with the girls' scores just wrapping up, Bobcats lose 38-25 to Ames. Nevada beats Perry 46-40. Waukee Northwest beats Waukee 66-44. Gladbrook Rhinebeck 67. East Marshall 30. And Roland Story beats West Marshall by 36.
8-point game inside the Roundhouse with a great crowd on hand. Hayes out high with the basketball as the Bobcats begin the quarter. With it, as Segovia, right wing, back to Gersma at the top of the key. It was a struggle to go inside in the first matchup. Kyle Smith straight on three. It's off the left side of the iron, but Gersma with an offensive rebound in the deep corner near side. Drives against Will Thomas and cut off by Brandon Johnson. Loses the basketball, and it's going the other way as Thomas comes away with that possession.
Drake's taken about one step or a half dribble too much, and he's got to look to create as he's driving.
Talon Halstead shuts down Bajik, going down to the left block, has to kick it out. Thomas hands off, way out high to Quach. Now he gets it back to Thomas. Thomas hit the deck, remains with the possession. Now to Brandon Johnson, free throw line. Turnaround off the glass high, it's good. Brandon Johnson, a man amongst boys here in the opening half of action. He has 6 to lead Ames.
And right now, Jacob Hayes is having a bad day at the office. He's just getting ran through and ran over.
Kyle Smith, left wing with the basketball. Halstead flashes in the paint, nothing there. Over to Gersma, right wing. He looks inside. Now to Talon Halstead, off a screen. Nothing there. Now Kyle Smith rotates into the top. They go to work against Quach and loses the basketball. Gets it back to Segovia. Fakes the three. Drove in for a second. 1 second on the shot clock. Gersma fires three off the front of the iron after it hit high off the glass. That's not the best look you want. You run out 35 seconds on the shot clock and don't even get a clean look right there. Johnson drives right past Talon Halstead, and a foul's going to be issued on the floor. That'll be the first of the night on Talon Halstead. And the foul was on the floor, so no free throws for Brandon Johnson.
We've seen this in girls' games as well. Damian Segovia had a good look at a three and then dribbled into throwing up to getting it to someone to throw up a 35-footer.
Quach gets the inbound. Immediately feeds it back to Thomas down to the right block, and his turnaround jumper will rattle in. Thomas with 5, 21-9, 6 minutes to go, second quarter.
Drake Gersma just saying, I'm getting hooked.
As he was being guarded by Thomas, bringing the basketball up the floor. Head coach Mike Apple wants a timeout. 21-9, 5:56 second quarter on KFJB-TV.
We do more than just t-shirts and hoodies. Check with Adlet Engraving and Screen Print for awards, lasered items, embroidery, and of course, imprinted apparel. 307 Riverside, right here in Marshalltown. Easy parking, delivery is available.
Refinance your auto loan with Members First Community Credit Union. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan from another lender and receive 1% cash back up to $500. Scan the QR code to apply online. Call us or visit a Members First branch.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at VanWyckWoodBuilders.com. Bobcats have been ice cold in the past 4 minutes of game time. And their leading scorer, and Kyle Smith, is being shut out. A double dribble by Jacob Hayes and a turnover on the Cats with 5:41. So out of a timeout by head coach Mike Apple, Bobcats turn it over. Kyle Smith, a little transparent out there offensively early on here. And is, of course, coming in, leading the Cats nearly 15 points per game.
In his career, he's 7 of 35 from 3 against Ames. And again, like we said, shooting 50% from 3 this year with a very large sample size.
Sutton with a nice move to get past Segovia. Pull up at the right high post is no good. Niehaus with a rebound. Outlets it to Segovia. In 21-9, our count up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. Niehaus off a screen, fakes a 3 at the top of the key. Now Kyle Smith off the screen. He's got a hand in his face by Quach. Now to Kyle Smith, left wing 3, knocks it down. His first one and his 56th of the season.
Yeah, now you're looking at Kyle Smith as he's got a little bit of roll, and if he can get some stuff, he doesn't need a lot of space.
All-time leader in Bobcat history with 3s made, and now Sutton dribbling at the top of the key with 19 seconds on the shot clock. Vance Downs wants a timeout. Kyle Smith maybe starting to heat up inside the roundhouse.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
My name is Gavin Mishek, and you're watching KFJB-TV.
The Highway 30 rivalry inside the Marshalltown Roundhouse. Bobcats trailing by 9. Timeout by Vance Downs, and they drop a play for the big man, Brandon Johnson. He has 8 on the night as he goes just straight in, and the Cats struggling with the big man down low.
We said this right out of the chute. He worries us way more than Bajik just because of the sheer strength and size.
Kyle Smith on the right wing. Quach has been all up in his grill here tonight. Gersman now left wing with the basketball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Drives to the free throw line. Dribbling around. Now drives in, and 2 strong on the floater. Trying to get it past Bajik. And the outlet to Thomas. Up court to Quach. Feeds to Sutton. Down to the left block. Now has to kick it out. Now back to Bajik. Inside. And the floater is good. Bajik was 6. 25-12, and the big men are doing all the work here for Ames.
The inside defense is terrible, but a lot of that is because the perimeter is able to get off the bounce and get in the lane, so you're having to help off of it, and then it puts one interior defender on 2.
Kyle Smith, right wing. Takes a 3 with a man in his face, and dead center, it's good. His second one of the quarter, 6 for Kyle Smith.
They let him get the whole sight set. They locked it all in, and now he's just an outside shooting sniper right there.
Quach drives against Kyle Smith to answer for 2. He has 4.
Yeah, make him play on both ends of the court, and the Cats offensively have really stuck in the mud, but defensively, if you're Michael Apple, that's where you've got to be the most nervous.
27-15, floater in the paint is good for Gersma. I don't know how he got that off, but he is able to score. And Drake Gersma with 6, cuts it back to a 10-point lead for Ames, 27-17. Bajik out high, passes right wing. They drop it in to Johnson, and Jacob Hayes swats it into the Bobcat bench. It'll remain with Ames with 2:44 to go second quarter, and we have a line change as Moses Luth will check back into the game, as well as Ben Weiss. And I believe another man snuck into the game there for Ames as well, but they will inbound to Thomas, who stays in the game. The point guard running it. Jacob Hayes picks him up for a moment. He'll switch back with Gersma. Backdoor cut. Hayes was sleeping on that play. Bajik went right behind his back, and he lost him on the defensive end. 8 for Bajik as he beats Jacob Hayes to give Ames 29-17 the lead.
The senior's got to wake up, because he has not played well at all defensively tonight.
But the freshman has, knocking down his second 3 of the night. Segovia from the far side corner cuts it to a 9-point game with 2:12 to go, second quarter. Majik out high, swinging around the perimeter. 3, left wing, on its way, and it's good for Ben Weiss, who shoots it from 30% from downtown. He's 1 of 3 in the previous matchup earlier this year back in January.
And really, when you're a shooter, 20-foot shot or a 23-foot shot doesn't really matter if you're wide open.
A little bit of motion for the offense here. They give it back to Gersma, left wing, stops at the free throw line, flips it to Niehaus. He tries to drive in and puts it up. It's no good. Majik just reaches over everyone and grabs a rebound. Outlet to Thomas. Here goes Jonas inside, off the glass for 2. An out of control play for Jonas, but he gets it to go, and it's 34-20 Ames.
And why that went in, even though it seemed he was out of control, is his shoulders were square to the glass. So though his legs were flailing, his arms were flailing, his body was set right in line.
Kyle Smith, right wing, spin move, free throw line, turnaround jumper off the front of the iron. Majik with a rebound. 1 minute to go before halftime. Well, that was a carry missed by the officials right there. Thomas at the top of the key. Now to Majik, working around the perimeter. Little give and go. Luth got it. Now they give it to a cutting Majik, and it's off of his leg. He lost the basketball, trying to go for the dunk, and it will be headed back to the Marshalltown Bobcats with 44 seconds to go.
I think Drake Gersman knocked that off. That's why if you don't go bounce pass, but you go lob there, that's a dunk.
Gersma into the front court, bounce pass to the free throw line to Jacob Hayes. Looking to the far side to Kyle Smith. Unguarded, top of the key, straight on 3 is no good. Pops in and out. Jonas with a rebound, hands off to Thomas, and he will trot his way over the timeline with the shot clock off. Final 20 to play.
Yeah, the old school analysts would say that's the worst shot in basketball. 1 foot inside the 3.
Thomas out high, guarded by Gersma. Gives to Majik. Now they trade places. 4 seconds to go for Thomas. Has his shot blocked by Drake Gersma. It'll stay with Ames on the left side with 2.3 seconds to go before halftime, leading by 14. So they'll have a final shot here. Thomas will inbound to Majik. Turnaround jumper at the free throw line off the back of the iron. No good. And that's how we go to halftime, 34-20. Bobcats score 11 in the quarter, but not enough to keep up with the Ames Little Cyclones, 6th ranked in 4A. It's 34-20 at the break on KFJB-TV.
When you're craving something quick, tasty, and satisfying, think your Marshalltown Dairy Queens. From hot made-to-order favorites like burgers, chicken strips, and fries to the Dairy Queen classics you love, blizzards, cones, sundaes, and shakes. Be sure to check out the monthly featured treats and limited-time favorites, always giving you something new to try. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or a sweet treat, just because. Your Marshalltown Dairy Queens has you covered. 2 convenient locations, South Center Street and North 3rd Avenue in Marshalltown, where happy tastes good every day.
Looking for top-notch eye care close to home? Eye Care Associates, with offices in Marshalltown, Conrad, and Toledo, has proudly served Central Iowa since 1990. Their expert team provides eye exams for all ages, designer frames, contact lens fittings, and treatment for glaucoma, cataracts, and other eye conditions. With advanced technology, a welcoming staff, and convenient online booking, your next visit is easier than ever. Visit VisionSource-MarshalltownEyeCare.com today. Eye Care Associates, your vision is their priority.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
Looking for a financial partner that puts you first? At Lennox Employees Credit Union, we're more than just a place to bank. We're part of your team. From low-interest loans and great savings rates to personalized service you can trust, we're here to help you reach your goals. Join the credit union that understands what matters most, because we're built by employees for employees. Stop by Lennox Employees Credit Union today at 1004 East Main in Marshalltown, or visit LennoxECU.com to get started. Lennox Employees Credit Union, where your success is our mission. Member NCUA.
The halftime report Powered by Scouting America. Adventure on.
At halftime, 34-20, Ames with the lead inside the Roundhouse. Leading scorer for the Bobcats in the first half, the freshman Damian Segovia with 8 points, 6 apiece for Kyle Smith and Drake Gersma. Meanwhile, for Ames, they've got themselves 6 guys in scoring figures tonight, including the big men, Brandon Johnson and DJ Bajik, leading the way. Both have 8 at halftime. It is the Highway 30 rivalry here tonight. Ames ranks 6th in Class 4A as they come in 6-0 in the Iowa Lions Conference. Bobcats at 5-2 in conference play. We'll get a scoreboard update coming up in a little bit, but when we come back, Dylan will be joined by girls basketball coach Brian Murphy as the girls lost earlier tonight 38-25. This is halftime coverage from the Marshalltown Roundhouse, all brought to you by Scouting America, Mid-Iowa Council.
I didn't really have much growing up, but I did have a mom, and she gave me a strong foundation. She signed me up for Scouts. I quickly fell in love with the outdoors. Showed me how to take responsibility, how to work with other people, and how to become a leader. That made me a better athlete on the field. Scouting made me the man I am today.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is powered by McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. Quality furniture for every room in your home. Sandvik Enterprises of Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you. Scooters of Marshalltown. Amazing people, amazing drinks. Members First Community Credit Union. Financially empowering Central Iowa. And Sports Plus. SportsPlusTherapy.com.
Welcome back in with Coach Brian Murphy. A game that was very close, got a little bit out of hand late, lose to Ames 38-25, really came down just to being able to score enough late. But Kinsley Bowie, I thought, Waterloo East Friday night, she came out really offensively minded. I thought she played well again here tonight looking for her offense. What can you say about the senior guard as she starts to click off the final games of her career?
Yeah, we put in kind of a new set, a new kind of motion offense with them fronting. Frankly, we want to get that paint opened up, and that's kind of what you're seeing with Kinsley. Is, I mean, she's one of our best cutters off the ball, and so her ability to get in the paint and score out balance is really good. So certainly that getting in, and then her just looking to score. I thought she did a really good job of driving into contact all night, and really one of the few that was doing it early. And that was, she kind of set the tone for us that eventually we got too late.
And one of the things, and we've said it both good and bad all season long, I thought when Frankie Long was out there, you look at Millie and Georgia, just that length really made Ames struggle in the paint. And then the flip side, Frankie battled foul trouble all night long and would foul out. When you have that type of length out there defensively and on the offensive end, what kind of advantage is that for you all?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it allows us to be very aggressive. You know, Kendall did a great job pressuring the ball up top. Mallory, same thing up top. I mean, it just allows you to be that much more aggressive, knowing you've got the help in the backside. You know, certainly with that length, we'd like to be a little bit better rebounding. I thought as our legs got tired, you could see just, I mean, we were not getting active to bodies, first of all, and then to the ball late. But certainly we were allowed to deter a lot of shots. We just gave up too many second chance points.
And tonight would have been a great one to be able to have Amara Johnson, Morgan Hildebrand, just with that short guard, that guard pool. But I thought Mal and Kira both played within themselves, gave you some good minutes. What can you say about those two ladies who were kind of thrown into the fire a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, the great thing about both Mallory and Kira is, I mean, they do what they're asked and they do it as hard as they can. They're both sponges as far as like, all right, what do you need from me? What did I not do well? What do I need to adjust on? So, you know, and they know the rules, right? I mean, Mallory gets in there. I mean, she had a couple great steals, deflections, kind of gets it there. And Kira's just kind of that steady force in offense. So, you know, they stayed in the roles, did what we need, and that's all you can ask.
And tonight, a loss, close game. Friday night's not going to get any easier as the Bulldogs come to town, a very good Ottumwa team. Back to you, Brandon.
All right, we continue with the halftime report, all presented by Scouting America when we come back on KFJB-TV.
Eat at Legends American Grill in Marshalltown and support the Bobcats when you order the Bobcat Burger. 2 juicy quarter-pound beef patties stacked with crispy bacon, sautéed onions, and a mouth-watering blend of American, cheddar, Jack, and Swiss cheeses, all on a toasted bun with fresh shredded lettuce. And here's the best part. $1 from every Bobcat burger sold goes to Marshalltown High School activities. Satisfy your burger craving and support the Bobcats at the same time. Only at Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
The Halftime Report, powered by Scouting America. Adventure on.
Quick scoreboard update from tonight as the finals in girls basketball. Nevada defeats Perry 46-40. Waukee Northwest 66-44. They take down Waukee. Gladbrook Rhinebeck 67-30 over East Marshall. Roland Story 63-27 over West Marshall. Scoreboard update all brought to you by Central State Bank. Up at the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard, Cats trail by 14 at halftime. Damian Segovia leads the Cats with 8 points. He knocked down 2 threes there in the first half. That'll wrap up our halftime coverage, powered by Scouting America Mid-Iowa Council. Second half when we come back on KFJB-TV. From preschool to graduation day, Marshalltown Community School District prepares students for success in a global world. Embrace the lead with curriculum that prepares students for tomorrow's challenges, giving your child unmatched college and career advantages. Embrace the lead by developing talents beyond the classroom through extracurricular opportunities and by focusing on student well-being and whole child development. Create a global learning community right here in Marshalltown. Learn more at marshalltown.k12.ia.us.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is powered by State Farm, Tyler Pashong Agency, mtownproud.com, Wayward Social, the place for bowling, games, food, and more. Van Wyck Wood Builders, storage sheds, garages, and more. And Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown, helping you pursue your financial goals.
Highway 30 rivalry has been one-sided for the past few years as Ames on a 9-game winning streak. They're 28-5 against Marshalltown since 2006, down 14 at the break. What do you tell your team right now at halftime, looking to respond here in the second half?
I think one is you challenge Jacob Hayes. I think you just have to do that. Senior's always up for the challenge. 2 is Drake, when he drives, he does need to also look to create, because we did shoot the ball well. Defensively is where the problem's been. Anytime you're allowing them to drive baseline, they're able to get it into the lane, get it to Johnson, get it to Bajek. Both have finished really well in the first half. And then just defensively, you've got to keep it to a one shot and done.
Ames will begin the quarter with the basketball. Inside, they feed it to Johnson. Spin move, left block. Boy, that is a good move. Power move down low. Johnson leads Ames with 10 points on the night. 36-20 our count as Drake Gersma will bring it to the left wing. Gets the screen from Hayes. Rolls, nothing there as Bajik is guarding over on him. Now to Damian Segovia, right wing. Trying to get a little give and go again to Hayes. Still nothing there. We'll try it again. Now to Hayes, left wing from Gersma. Didn't really roll that time as he stayed out high. Now Gersma pushes away as he fades away on a long 2 for the far side corner. It's no good. Outlet to Will Thomas. He'll bring it up the near side. Has it poked away. Bajik gathers it in. Free throw line. Steps through 2 defenders. Off the glass. It's no good. Johnson with a rebound. He is in there against 3 Cats. Almost all the way the rebound, but Segovia, the freshman, comes away with it in the end.
Yeah, it was 1 Ames player on a pogo stick and 4 Bobcats cemented to the floor on that.
Segovia right wing, off a screen. Kyle Smith ready to shoot. It was not open. He had a man in his face. And a long 2 from just outside the free throw line by Drake Gersma. Goes off the right side of the iron. Will Thomas, a bounce pass over to Bajik. Hands off to Quach on the right wing. Skip pass over to Thomas left wing. Looking inside, he's got the big man, Brandon Johnson, ready to set a screen on Drake Gersma. He'll back away. Now over to Sutton, far side corner. Ready to pull up for a three, did not take it. They'll work it now to Brandon Johnson. Left high post, kicks to Thomas, three on the way. It's no good. And Johnson rips away the rebound from Kyle Smith. Backs into Jacob Hayes, and he tips the basketball back on a second putback, but it's still good. Brandon Johnson makes it. He has 12, 38-20. Ames with a 4-0 run to begin the second half.
Yeah, and the two Gersma jump shots here in the second half are terrible jump shots. Early in the shot clock, 18-footers, and really just, hey, I'm open, I'm going to shoot it because nothing else is happening.
Jacob Hayes off a screen, faked a three in the near side corner, kicks it, reverse it around the perimeter over to Kyle Smith, left wing. Drives against Sutton down the left block. A late pass over to Hayes. Drives in, high off the glass. It's good for Jacob Hayes, his first bucket of the night.
And he felt confident because Bajek had been brought up the lane, so able to get it over the equal height of Brandon Johnson.
Johnson gets it, near side corner, guarded by Niehaus. Tries to swat it with the basketball, gets it to Sutton. Out high, now over to Quach. Now back to Sutton. Now back to Quach, who drives in for the right wing, finishes short on the layup, but a tip back. I believe that was Johnson inside. He has 14, 40-22. It was Bajik. So Bajik with 10 here tonight.
Yeah, Bajik just got the long fingers, just able to flip it up off the glass.
Hayes, a little backdoor cut by Kyle Smith. It's blocked at the iron. Going the other way. Thomas has the basketball. He'll drive against Segovia. Goes all the way in. Hayes did not cut him off, but he was able to tip the ball away just a little bit. And the Bobcats come away with a steal. Here goes Segovia on the far side in front of the student section. Gets a screen from Hayes. Drives to the free throw line down the right side, and Hayes has to back him out. Leaves Gersma wide open for a three. It pops off the left side of the iron. No good. Niehaus beats Bajik out for the rebound. He has it back. Flips it to Gersma at the right high post now to a trailing Kyle Smith as he had gone into the backcourt momentarily. Out of Segovia at the free throw line. Down the right side against Quach, and they're going to catch him for a foul as a floater put up on the right block by the freshman. It will send Segovia to the line for the first time tonight.
And you look at that last rotation when Gersma ended up shooting, missing, and then Niehaus got it back, is the little two-man game with Hayes. Hayes popped out to the three-point line wide open. Gersma didn't see him.
Segovia free throw goes in and out, no good.
And that's what we're talking about Gersma's got to drive to create. When you get that wide open shooter, you've got to put it right in the pocket.
Segovia pauses, second free throw all the way. It's dead center. Came in 87% at the free throw line. 13 of 15 on the season coming in here tonight as he splits those. 40-23, Ames. 17-point lead. Inside to Bajik, left block, stops and pops as he hesitated going down to the left block and right past the Cats for two as DJ Bajik has 12.
It was a hop, skip, and a jump. Great footwork by number 52.
Big man giving the Bobcats big-time trouble here tonight. Kyle Smith straight on three. He was kind of bumped as he put that one away. It's no good. Johnson hauls in the rebound, and Thomas brings it up the floor.
And this is what Ames does to you. They make everything so hard in the half court that when you do get a good look.
Leaner by Johnson, no good. Tipped out of there. Niehaus comes away with a rebound. Up to the left wing, he will drive. Now gives it to Segovia momentarily at the top of the key. Over to Gersma, right wing. Spins on Johnson, spins back the other way as he works his way down to the right block. It's no good, but gets a loose basketball floater. Put back is good inside for Drake Gersma, who has 8, 42-25, 2:52 to go. Third quarter on KFJB-TV.
Brown's Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear, including Hoka, Brooks, On Cloud, Birkenstock, and Taos. Brown's Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and more. They carry multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff will take the time to give you the service you deserve. Brown's Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown, with you every step of the way.
Sixth-ranked Ames with a 17-point lead over the Marshalltown Bobcats. 2:52 to go, third quarter.
Head coach Mike Apple just called a timeout for his Cats as Drake Gersma scored a 2-point bucket, but more of the same from the first half of the Little Cyclones, Dylan.
Yeah, it really has. They've moved the ball exceptionally well. And, sometimes with Ames, with Dow and things like that, they only finish on lobs. But that has not been the case here tonight. They've put in some good footwork, gotten good looks. Johnson's been too big, and Bajik has been too tall. But both have showed exceptional footwork and ability to finish.
Bajik is out of the game. We saw a few substitutions come in on the timeout. Manny Luth is in, as well as Messiah Jonas, as well as Ben Weiss. He'll drop it in to Brandon Johnson, and he was bumped by Talon Halstead. That'll be his second of the night.
He tried to reach in there, got the forearm, and I'd be amiss if I didn't mention, playing this zone, and when you're moving here and there, it can be difficult on a post player because you're having kind of slide into defensive position there, but the Cats still have just not been good.
Thomas, a skip pass from the left wing to the right wing. They get it back to Manny Luth, or Moses Luth, excuse me. There's been too many
Lucas,
Luths.
Manny.
They're all good. Johnson hanging out in the paint. A lane violation and a turnover on Ames.
Lucas is playing at Penn for Fran McCaffrey. Manny's playing, I think, JC ball here in the state.
I believe Kirkwood. Talon Halstead off the screen, top of the key. Bobcats in the front court. 2:05 to go, third quarter, down 42-25 at home. Halstead right wing, hands off to Drake Gersma. Calls the offensive play with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Gave it to Kyle Smith, got it back. Kyle Smith off a screen from Talon Halstead. 3, can't line it up, right wing. Rebound far side by Ben Weiss.
And the fact is that was nice little action there for Kyle, but if you get it on the opposite side, those shooters are real good as well.
Talon Halstead getting it taken to him, his third foul of the night. Brandon Johnson put a spin move on him, and the shot did not go, but it is a foul, and it sends Brandon Johnson to the free throw line.
And they're saying that's Talon's just a second. I have him for 3 as well.
Yep. I trust myself.
Yes.
More than anything, Dylan. I am also still thinking it should be 43-26. What's that 1 point? I know.
It could be something, and it definitely meant something at the time. As we saw in the replay, it was clearly a 3.
Johnson misses the second. They get the rebound, though. Johnson feeds it to Jonas, now to Thomas. And they're working around the perimeter. They're looking inside to Brandon Johnson. Something there. Nothing there right now. Luth, far side, fake the 3. He's on the right wing, guarded by Kyle Smith. Now they'll drop it into Johnson. Hayes guarding on him, tries to score past 2 Cats. Kyle Smith stepped in late for the help, but it did not matter.
I don't know. I know the zone's been good for the Cats for a while. Right now, they're getting eaten alive in it.
Spin move by Gersma inside, finishes way short. It's an air ball jumper, and Ames with the basketball. Luth into the front court, drops it into Johnson against Hayes. Oh, man, he's just taking it to him. Just taking it to the Cats. He has 17. Brandon Johnson with his spin move is nearly unguardable right now.
Well, but here's the big thing. He doesn't go anywhere else. He spins. If he's on the low post, he's going to spin back to his left. If he's up high, he's going to spin into the middle of the lane. Is Jacob Hayes. You've got to read that.
Hayes gets the ball on the right block, but they say he traveled with it as he got the feed with Segovia. Johnson was stepping in late. Hayes made it. He was bumped, but the travel happened first.
Again.
Oh, moved his right. He kind of hopped
twice. But not his left foot. He never moved his pivot foot. That's a foul and 1. He moved that right foot, but his pivot foot was his left. That's a tough call.
Shot clock is off. Final 20 seconds of the third quarter with Ames.
That was tough.
22-point lead. Largest of the night. Played for the final shot of the quarter. Bajik sets the screen from Thomas, right side. Into the paint, has the ball knocked away. Turnaround jumper at the buzzer, no good. Ball goes out of bounds as Niehaus collides with Jonas for Ames. We go to the fourth. Cats in a big hole, 47-25 on the Highway 30 rivalry on KFJB-TV.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at vanwyckwoodbuilders.com. We do more than just t-shirts and hoodies. Check with Adlet Engraving and Screen Print for awards, lasered items, embroidery, and of course, imprinted apparel. 307 Riverside right here in Marshalltown. Easy parking, delivery is available.
Refinance your auto loan with Members First Community Credit Union. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan from another lender and receive 1% cash back up to $500. Scan the QR code to apply online. Call us or visit a Members First branch.
Time for a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank with locations in Ames State Center and in West Des Moines.
Thanks, Brooksy. Nevada up on Perry, 37-18 in the third. Newton 13, Pella Christian 10 at the end of one. Waukee Northwest 45, Waukee 34 with 3:50 to go in the third. Your East Marshall Mustangs up on Gladbrook Rhinebeck by 20 with just 6 to go in the third. And sadly, Brooks' West Marshall Trojans getting blown out by Roland Story.
And Jeff Brooks, our radio producer, as the Bobcats out of the mid-quarter break. Jacob Hayes with a backdoor cut down to the right block. Scores it off the glass for 2. He has 4 tonight. 20-point game. 47-27. Ames leading. A drive by Quach as a hand in his face by Jacob Hayes, enough to get him off kilter. No good. Bobcats with a rebound. Gersma drives in, has the ball tipped away, gathers it back but throws it right to Max Sutton, and now he gets it right back from Sutton, who lost it at the free throw line. Gersma gets it back to Kyle Smith. Right wing three is short. And a big night to perform. Kyle Smith has not done a whole lot here tonight. He made a couple threes in that second quarter. He has 6 here tonight. A turnover on Ames with 7:11 to go. And the Cats trailing by 20.
And there's number 24, the freshman, has 2 threes, a great bucket, and who has not touched the basketball since half started.
Gersma into the front court. Niehaus gets it, handoff to Segovia. Segovia drives, kicks, over to left wing to Gersma. Pump fakes, drives, cut off. Finds a wide open Hayes. Near side corner, knocks down the 3. Jacob Hayes coming alive offensively. He has 7 on the night, 47-30. Ames with the lead, 6:45 to go, fourth quarter.
Scooter's Coffee is going bananas, literally. Treat yourself to banana bread hot or iced lattes, creamy latte blenders, and fresh banana bread muffins. Need something refreshing? Sip a berry spritz soda, light, bubbly, and perfect any time of day. Craving cozy? Try salted caramel waffle lattes, hot or iced, or a smooth sea salt caramelicious as a latte, cold brew, or blender. And don't forget the French toasty sandwich, warm, sweet, and satisfying. Plus, Cinnalicious drinks are here for a limited time. Scooter's Coffee, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
I'm Jacob Hayes. You're watching Bobcat basketball on KFJB-TV.
47-30, 6:45 to go in the fourth quarter inside the Marshalltown Roundhouse. A 17-point lead. Ames is led by as many as 22, and a 5-0 run for the Bobcats to start this fourth quarter here tonight, Dylan.
And it comes down to some simple things. It was a great cut. Jacob got the bucket. But really, Drake Gersma drove, and guess what? It opened up where if you drive to create, you've got shooters everywhere, and you kick Hayes, who floated to the corner for a wide-open 3. That's what I meant when I said a Drake Gersma game. You control the flow of the game, not meaning that you have to shoot at the end of a shot. Now, he's given max effort all night long, but I felt like he's forced a lot, and then I felt the Cats as a whole have been incredibly stagnant.
Thomas picked up by Gersma in the backcourt, brings it to the left wing, gets a screen from Johnson, flips it around the perimeter, quick trigger 3, far side corner, Ben Weiss knocks it down. His first bucket tonight.
And the Cats have forced themselves to be perfect. Right now, they've already given up 13 more than they gave up at Ames.
Yeah, we're outscored 13-5 there in that third quarter. That was really the difference coming out of halftime. knowing you were in a deficit. Right wing three by Hayes. He knocks it down. He's the third Bobcat to have 2 threes on the night. Segovia and Kyle Smith, the other two. 6 minutes to play.
And he's woken up a little bit as the Bobcats have gone to man-to-man with Niehaus guarding Johnson, using that football physicality.
Sutton drives against Segovia, gets past him, and finishes on the right block. He has 6 tonight, 52-33.
And Segovia is definitely a much smaller guard than Sutton, has struggled some defensively this year.
Wow, Gersma, one-handed shot at the free throw line is off the right side of the iron, and a push on the rebound attempt by Jamison Niehaus. He'll pick up his second foul of the night, and it's going the other way with Ames. Not a great early take there in the shot clock by the Cats.
No, and Drake's taken a few kind of poor shots. It's if he's like, well, I don't have a pass right now, I can't get quite to the lane, I'm going to shoot this shot.
Oh, Niehaus got beat and pushed. He commits the foul as Brandon Johnson puts it off the glass on the right side for 2 and an and 1. It was Will Thomas who sealed the deal the first time around between these two teams. And tonight it's been the big man, Brandon Johnson, who at the line is looking for 20 points on the evening.
Yeah, he's living up to your name for sure.
No relation, by the way.
You wish there was. Both for the hair and the buckets.
Johnson's got 20 as he knocks down the N1, 54-34 Ames with 5:20 to go in the roundhouse.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
Hey Bobcat Nation, this is Kyle Smith and you're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
Quiet night for Kyle Smith as we come back inside the roundhouse. 5:20 to go. He made 2 threes there in the third quarter, but that's been it. He has 6 here tonight. Leading scorer held in check by Ames, number 1 ranked defense in Class 4A. They're 6th ranked as a team in the latest rankings that came out this week. Cedar Falls, number 1. They knocked down Ames in an air ball by Kyle Smith. Just not feeling it here tonight. They were looking for a big game from one of the best scorers in all-time history, but just one of those nights here tonight. Ames has kind of locked him up. And you mentioned earlier, he has just not had great success in his career against the Little Cyclones.
No, the most threes he's made in a game against Ames is 3 out of 8. Coming into the game, he was 7 of 34. A charge is called, offensive foul here on Johnson, I believe. And it really comes into where I think it happens. I think they make him work so hard. He's had some shots up in the second quarter on, but they dog him the whole time. There's 2 things. 1, I think he's a little bit more tired than normal because they make him work. But 2, I think he rushes everything. Even if he is open, he knows the way the perimeter defense for Ames is. And he just struggles.
He's top of the key. Kyle Smith gets it on a handoff. Gets it back. He fed it to Segovia for a moment. Hesitates, drives in the paint, finishes short on the left side of the iron. Rebound by Ames, 55-34.
I'm going to do some foreshadowing here. I don't believe the postgame with Coach Apple will be one where he's real excited with the effort tonight.
A missed 3 on the right wing is no good by Ben Weiss. Bobcats with a rebound. Gersma spins, going to the rack. It's good, and they're going to count the bucket and say an and 1 as the foul will come in on Ames. Messiah Jonas, the junior, will pick up the foul as we take a look at the Tyler Pashong State Farm replay. Gersma put him in the spin cycle.
I thought both shooters, both Segovia and Smith, did a great job of going to the corners. And when Gersma saw Weiss go with Smith, he angled out a little bit to be able to spin back in front of the rim, get the bucket, and the free throw.
Yeah, Gersma 49% at the free throw stripe, knocks down the and 1, 21 of 42 on the season. Cats trail 55-37 as we approach the halfway point of the fourth quarter.
Cats are going to have to find some elite defense here tonight.
Weiss and Gersma get tied up on the right wing. It's going to be a foul on Drake Gersma with 3:58 fourth quarter.
Yeah, this is going to have to be a three-point barrage and some elite defense that they have not shown tonight to get back into this one with just 4 minutes to go as Garrett Tatey comes in for the first time.
Freshman Segovia will check out as Tatey does check in like you mentioned. Weiss will inbound to Thomas, top of the key. Thomas passes over to the far side. Thomas, a quiet night, 5 points for him. Normally averages nearly 14 points per game, but with the dirty work that Johnson and Bajic have done inside, he hasn't had to be that scorer that sometimes he is. Feed out far side, and they're going to call a foul on the Cats. Will Thomas took a three from the far side corner, and a foul on Gersma as he picks up his second in a matter of moments.
You love the effort of Drake, but you hate the body language at the end because you can tell, like, yes, he's showing a lot of effort, but it's also just not a very smart move.
So 3 at the line. We just talked about Will Thomas not doing a whole lot in the second half scoring-wise, and there you go, right on cue. He goes to the free throw line, drawing the foul. A place that he was very at home. He went 4-4 in the last matchup at the line. He shoots it 83% at the free throw stripe, and he knocks down the second one. Makes it a 20-point lead again with 3:35 in the fourth quarter. Kyle Smith is going to check out of the game. That's something you see a ton. Talon Halstead will be in the game as Aiden Holmgren also checks in for the Cats. And all 3 are good for Thomas.
This is the white flag from Coach Apple.
Ottumwa awaits for the Bobcats coming up on Friday nights.
We're going to see a really good Ottumwa Bulldogs girls team.
Yeah, boys are struggling a little bit this year for Ottumwa. Gersma right wing. Pulls up. 3 right wing is splash. That is Drake Gersma's first 3 of the night, leading the Cats with 12 tonight. Inside for Thomas, puts it up, it's no good. Ball rattling around, and finally Talon Halstead rips away the rebound. And I believe they're going to call a foul and a reach-in. It's going to be called on Messiah Jonas. And it's going the other way as we take a look at Drake Gersma's last 3-point bucket on the right wing.
Yeah, that just was all net. That thing almost looked like a perfect little, a perfect dive off the diving board. It just popped right back up.
And it looks like the official's going to stop play here for a moment with a substitution for Ames, making sure that they got that in. Holmgren will inbound to Drake Gersma. Tatey gets it right wing. Gersma slipping around on the left wing, gathers the basketball in on a pass from Tatey. Kicks it out to Talon Halstead, top of the key, looking to get rid of it. Over to Hayes, left wing. Out of Gersma. Forces a 3 with 5 seconds on the shot clock, and that one is good. His second one in a matter of moments there. 58-42 with 2:17 to go in the Highway 30 rivalry.
And with Ames, you're going to have to be perfect in the way you approach a game. Marshalltown was not early, so you see another 3 as Drake Gersma gets a little bit of rhythm off the bounce.
58-42 Ames on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or...
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
I'm Jamison Niehaus. This is your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Bobcats trailing big at home in the Highway 30 rivalry, 58-42. Drake Gersma's heated up with a couple threes here in this fourth quarter of play, but a little bit too little too late for the Bobcats at home against the Ames Little Cyclones. They are 6th ranked in Class 4A and going to move to 15-2 on the season and lock up the Iowa Lions Conference North. A straight-on three is no good. Ames will go inside and get a rebound off a missed straight-on three by Ben Weiss. And a foul will be called, I believe, on the Bobcats here, as that will be on Garrett Tatey, his first foul of the night with 1:58 to go.
Yeah, as you see Tyler Dorothy and Oliver Young in the ball game as well for the Cats, and Segovia comes back in. We talk a lot about it, is Garrett Tatey just turned to the rim and ran to get the rebound instead of turning and blocking out before he went for the rebound and got him caught and picked up the foul.
Messiah Jonas will head to the free throw line on the foul because that is the 5th team foul on the Bobcats here in the fourth quarter. And Jonas, a 71% free throw shooter on the season, misses the first.
And you look at 42 points for the Cats. They probably needed to be at 50 before this game if you thought to win.
His second one is no good. Weiss hauls the rebound in.
But giving up almost 58 to Ames and a lot.
Shot clock was not running as the official's going to go over there and have a substitution. We'll take a timeout. 1:57 to go in the Roundhouse on the Highway 30 rivalry.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Garrett Tatey came up with a steal on the defensive end, so the Bobcats have it in the front court, and a foul is going to be called on Moses Luth on the Ames Little Cyclones. So 1:28 to go in the fourth quarter. Bobcats with a basketball. 4th team foul on Ames. Bobcats have already committed 5 in the quarter, so Ames is at the line with any free throw, or with any foul, as well as the Bobcats from here on out. Oliver Young off a screen, thought about the three, left wing, did not take it. Back to Segovia top, hesitates down the right side, and a foul. And a hold's going to be called on the Little Cyclones, and it will send Damian Segovia to the free throw line. And the foul is going to be on number 50 for Ames, which we do not have 50 on the roster. So,
but we have it
we're
in
going
our
deep.
heart.
Yeah. Segovia at the line for 2, his second trip of the night. He knocks down the first. 2 of 3 on the night. 4th free throw of the night is good. So he's 3 of 4 at the stripe. He's been pretty clutch there at the line. Came in shooting 87%.
He's going to come out of the game for Ricken. Got to figure out which Ricken it is.
Bennett Ricken has checked into the game for the Bobcats, replacing Damian Segovia. Played pretty well here tonight, the freshman, in a big game against Ames. Long shot for the far side corner is no good for Ames. Final 50 seconds to go. Cats will drop to 10-7 with the loss here tonight. Oliver Young throws it inside, picked up by Moses Luth. And Ames will run the floor as Jayshon Brooks will go in for layup on the left side.
Yeah, nice little finish up, right-handed up off the glass.
Bennett Ricken passes to Oliver Young, feed it into Holmgren. Kick it back out to Oliver Young. Free throw line, turns it around, picks up his dribble. Tatey gets it top of the key. Drives in, back to Oliver Young. 3 from straight on is no good. And a rebound by Luth. And that might be it. Well, the Bobcats lost by 2 points first time around, but Ames, the big guys, run the Cats out of the gym in the second go-around. And 6th-ranked Ames wins it 60-44. Both teams will meet at midcourt. Coming up, it is our locker room report, all presented by Wells Fargo Advisors. We'll have our post-game chat with head coach Mike Apple and get you a final scoreboard update on the night. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're listening to News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown. With their extensive inventory, you're sure to make a winning selection when you shop McGregor's for your bedroom, living room, and dining room furnishings. McGregor's has the right play for every room in your home. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is proud to be your locally owned and operated furniture store since 1896 and very proud to support Bobcat Athletics again this season. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, open 7 days a week.
When you're craving something quick, tasty, and satisfying, think your Marshalltown Dairy Queens. From hot made-to-order favorites like burgers, chicken strips, and fries to the Dairy Queen classics you love, blizzards, cones, sundaes, and shakes. Be sure to check out the monthly featured treats and limited-time favorites, always giving you something new to try. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or a sweet treat, just because. Your Marshalltown Dairy Queens has you covered. 2 convenient locations, South Center Street and North 3rd Avenue in Marshalltown, where happy tastes good every day.
Looking for top-notch eye care close to home? Eye Care Associates, with offices in Marshalltown, Conrad, and Toledo, has proudly served Central Iowa since 1990. Their expert team provides eye exams for all ages, designer frames, contact lens fittings, and treatment for glaucoma, cataracts, and other eye conditions. With advanced technology, a welcoming staff, and convenient online booking, your next visit is easier than ever. Visit visionsource-marshalltowneyecare.com today. Eye Care Associates, your vision is their priority.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, powered by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Brandon Lewis with you tonight inside the Marshalltown Roundhouse. Well, the Highway 30 rivalry dominated in recent years, and now the 6th-ranked Ames, the Little Cyclones, extend their winning streak to 10 against the Bobcats and are now 29-5 since 2006. As they win it tonight 60-44 and improved to 15-2 on the season. They're now 7-0 in the Iowa Alliance Conference. They take on Waterloo East coming up on Thursday and Des Moines East on Friday. And they could finish the Iowa Alliance Conference North schedule undefeated at 8-0 if they knock off Waterloo East coming up on Thursday night. Meanwhile, for the Bobcats, they dropped to 10-7. They're now 5-3 in the Iowa Alliance Conference as they take on Ottumwa coming up on Friday night with 4 games remaining on the season. Leading scorer tonight for the Bobcats, Drake Gersma with 17, 6 for Kyle Smith, Damian Segovia 11, and Jacob Hayes picked up 10 points tonight, all in the second half. Leading the way for the Ames Little Cyclones, boy, the big man, Brandon Johnson, the football commit to the UNI Panthers, finishes with 20 points here tonight. And, boy, he was almost nearly unguardable with his spin move at points for the Bobcats. DJ Bajik, the other big man down low at 6'9", he finishes with 12 points. Will Thomas, the point guard, finishes with 8. Max Sutton with 6. And Quach finishes with 4, with all of his points coming in the first half of action. Ames scored 17, 13, and 13 in the quarters here tonight. Bobcats had a 19-point fourth quarter, but it was too little, too late here inside the Roundhouse. Coming up, our post-game chat with head coach Mike Apple, our athletes of the week, and a final scoreboard update of the night. That is straight ahead on the Locker Room Report. All presented by Wells Fargo Advisors. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Brown's Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear, including Hoka, Brooks, On Cloud, Birkenstock, and Taos. Brown's Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and more. They carry multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff will take the time to give you the service you deserve. Brown's Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown, with you every step of the way.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is powered by Central State Bank, locations in Ames, State Center, and West Des Moines. Eye Care Associates of Marshalltown, Conrad, and Toledo. Hy-Vee of Marshalltown. It pays to perk with Hy-Vee Perks. And Legends American Grill, Marshalltown Steakhouse.
Time for a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank, with locations in Ames, West Des Moines, and in State Center. Some boys finals starting to pour in now. Final East Marshall knocks off Gladbrook Rhinebeck 82-64. The final there here tonight. Roland Story tops West Marshall 72-38. Last scoreboard update we had for you, PCM leading South Hamilton 74-44. That one getting down to the wire with under 2 minutes to go. Nevada leading Perry 58-32. And also last update we had for you, North Tama leading BCLUW 28-17. And earlier tonight, the Marshalltown Bobcat girls basketball team lost 38-25. Again, the boys fall here tonight 60-44. Let's head down to the floor as Dylan Doze is standing by with head coach Mike Apple.
That zone defense had served you pretty well, but tonight it wasn't. You didn't get shot out of it. You got out physicaled out of it. When you looked at Johnson, number 44, a football player playing basketball, and then you looked at Bajik, just long kid with some skill. What was it about their approach in the paint that really hurt the Cats tonight?
Yeah, they definitely had a game plan to attack the rim and get it inside of those guys, and we had a really hard time stopping it, obviously. But, you know, that's an area, obviously, they got a huge difference in, just their size and their strength, and they capitalized on that, and we had a really hard time slowing them down once they got it going. You know, we could done a little bit better job of just kind of throwing a couple guys at them here and there, but, I mean, for the most part, they were really solid and tough to stop.
Yeah, you look at that size of finesse, and then you look on the opposite side. Yes, Will Thomas leads them in scoring. He really wasn't as much of a offensive factor, but you look at that perimeter defense, which is always good from Ames. Kyle Smith came in career-wise, had shot 7 of 34 from 3 against Ames tonight. He really struggled to get going. You didn't shoot the ball too terribly from 3, but what specially do they do with Kyle Smith that keeps them locked up?
Yeah, they do a really good job of keeping guys on them and not leaving them, and kind of know they're very well coached and they know what we're running. So I mean, we're not gonna catch them off guard too often. You know, he did slip away there and make some early in that first half. He had some good looks the second half. Couldn't get it going, but kind kind of ran out of steam there. We're shorthanded here with a few injuries, and that showed tonight. I mean, we got a little tired there and kind of ran out of gas.
Yeah, you look at there were points. It was, if we're looking at a bright spot, is Damian Segovia seemed to hit kind of the freshman wall, really scoring the basketball. He shot it pretty well tonight. But knowing, all right, you played Ames really tough, lost by 2 there. You get a little bit run out here tonight. You still have Ottumwa Friday. When you look at that Ottumwa team, how do you get this shorthanded Bobcats team ready to roll?
I just say, stay consistent with what we've been doing. I mean, these guys work incredibly hard. They're always prepared. They work hard at it. I'm not worried about that, to be honest. It's a matter of, we had a game plan going in. Kind of the 2 big guys are going to beat us, and they did. I mean, they really did. And that sometimes happens. And that's just, we got to move on. Be ready, practice Wednesday, Thursday, and prepare for Ottumwa and learn from this as always, and just keep on moving along here.
Thank you very much, Coach. And as everybody knows, a Bobcat is better than a Bulldog. Back to you, Brandon.
All right, thanks, Dylan. We'll take a time out on the Locker Room Report, and when we come back, we'll have our Athletes of the Week here on KFJB-TV.
At Opa Grill in Marshalltown, every meal is a reason to celebrate. Opa means celebrate, and that's exactly what you'll do with every bite. From Greek gyros and lasagna to Italian pastas, juicy burgers, hand-breaded tenderloins, and vegetarian options. There's something for everyone. Enjoy homemade soups, fresh salads, and tremendous desserts you won't forget. Opa Grill, where flavors come together and celebrations begin. Open 11 to 8 Monday through Friday and 11 to 3 Saturday. Opa Grill, come celebrate great food.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, powered by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Welcome back inside the Roundhouse on KFJB-TV. Now time for our KFJB-TV Athletes of the Week, all presented by Opa Grill of Marshalltown. Greek and traditional favorites, all you have to say is Opa. And Adlin Engraving and Screen Print Company of Marshalltown. More than just T-shirts and hoodies, AdlinEngraving24.com. What?
I always like to say the Opa part, but I was not allowed. I'm being censored.
You just got back up here. Calm down. Are you angry? Is this another angry game again out of you?
It is. It is. I had my hopes up for a Bobcat victory.
All right, anyway, back to our Athletes of the Week. That's why you don't get your hopes, Dylan. With anything in life.
Yeah, just expect disappointment is the Brandon Lewis key to success.
Well, that's the only way you come through adversity.
That's right. Just expect
the worst.
Expect it to be a good old kick in the face.
I've had that more times than not in my life. All right, Cade Randall, our Athlete of the Week on the male side of things, as a senior, helped the Bobcat boys swim team to wins over Indianola and Bishop Garrigan last week. He took first and also had his season best time in the 100-yard free at 53:42. What do you think you could swim 100 yards in?
Fun fact, I was like 10 when I learned how to swim. Don't like swimming.
Okay.
I am thinking a day and a half. I'm not quite sure.
My guess is I would be probably around, 2 minutes.
Sure.
Maybe longer.
What's that in the metric system?
I'm not sure. Anyway, congrats to the senior Cade Randall, our athlete of the week. He also helped the 200 and 400 free relays finish in first place that night. Our female athlete of the week, Kendall Brummel, has really started to turn things on as she gets more comfortable. She didn't start playing until the second half of the season for the Cats, but last week had a nice week. She finished with 18 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals in 3 nights. And, of course, the Bobcat ladies got their 10th win of the season last week, which that is the first time they've done that since the 2006-2007 season. So big accomplishments for the Bobcat girls basketball team this year. That is our KFJB-TV male and female athletes of the week. Both receive a $25 gift certificate to Opa Grill, along with a custom Athlete of the Week t-shirt and tumbler from Adlet Engraving and Screen Print Company of Marshalltown. This is the Locker Room Report presented by Wells Fargo Advisors.
Good call tonight, man. You too? You think what I'm thinking? Let's go to Legends for a Bobcat burger.
Hi, guys. What are we hungry for today?
I think we're going to do 2 Bobcat burgers. Whether it's pre-game or post-game.
Or during the game, it's Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
At Lennox Employees Credit Union, you're more than a member, you're family. Since 1948, we've been helping members and their families save more, borrow smarter, and reach their financial goals. Whether it's a low-rate auto loan, a mortgage that feels manageable, or simply a savings account that grows with you, we're here to make banking simple and stress-free. Discover the credit union difference today. Visit Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main in Marshalltown, where people helping people is more than a motto, it's who we are. Learn more at lennoxecu.com. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
From preschool to graduation day, Marshalltown Community School District prepares students for success in a global world. Embrace the lead with curriculum that prepares students for tomorrow's challenges, giving your child unmatched college and career advantages. Embrace the lead by developing talents beyond the classroom through extracurricular opportunities and by focusing on student well-being and whole child development. Create a global learning community right here in Marshalltown. Learn more at marshalltown.k12.ia.us.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is powered by First Rate Real Estate, FirstRateTeam.com, Adlet Engraving and Screen Print Company, AdletEngraving.com, Assured Partners, power through partnership, your Marshalltown Dairy Queens, and Brown Shoe Fit, with you every step.
Transportation for today's game on KFJB-TV provided by Carl Auto Group in Marshalltown. Carl is your dealer for life. Our upcoming broadcast schedule on Thursday night, it is Bobcat Live at Wayward Social. Dylan Does will be hosting from 6 to 7 p.m. We'll talk girls and boys basketball and so much more. Coming up on Thursday, we'll hope to have you out there live for the show. Grab a drink and some food and help support the Bobcat community.
And we'll just see who David Braga throws under the bus this week. Last week it was crowd favorite Swervo. This week might be somebody from the girls basketball team. Who knows?
He also threw me under the bus as well.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Last week. So anyway, then coming up Friday night, it's a girls-boys doubleheader coverage starting at 6 here on KFJB-TV and on the radio side. And so Bobcats welcome the Ottumwa Bulldogs to the Roundhouse. Thanks so much to our KFJB-TV crew here tonight. Our on-site producer, David Braga, Keith Stewart, Elijah Bond on camera crew here tonight. Jem Brooks back at the radio studios, as always, feeding us scores and making sure we're sounding good on the radio dial. For Dylan Does, I'm Brandon Lewis. Again, the Bobcat ladies fall 38-25. Boys fall 60-44. We'll try to get back in the win column coming up Friday night here inside the Roundhouse. You've been watching Marshalltown Bobcat Athletics right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is sponsored by First Rate Real Estate, Adlet Engraving and Screen Print Company, Assured Partners, Brown's Shoe Fit, Central State Bank, your Marshalltown Dairy Queens, Eye Care Associates, Hy-Vee Marshalltown, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, Marshalltown School District, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Sandvik Enterprises, Scooters, Marshalltown, Sports Plus, State Farm, Tyler Pashong Agency, Wayward Social, Wells Fargo Advisors, Members First Community Credit Union, Van Wyck Wood Builders,